Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head to me.
Good morning.
Morning.
Aye, haven't seen you for a week. It's the longest I've been without seeing you in a number of years.
Is that? Oh no, wait, that's not true.
Surely over Christmas.
I was gonna say, how lonely were you that you were just at home with your wife counting down, being like, I've gone back the past 5 years, and this is actually the longest I've gone without seeing.
Actually, the loneliest I've been, and really enjoyed it because, I mean, I say really enjoyed it. I missed my wife. She was in London, but
You just had to get that just in there, that caveat. Just
I have to. Yeah, I missed her.
hand on base.
Me and Doggo missed her. But what happened is she went away on Monday morning or Tuesday morning. Got back Friday, and she was the last person I spoke to when I spoke to her next.
Oh right,
on the phone or otherwise.
Aye. Well, Peggy.
But I said person.
Aye, okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you don't. I'm glad you're still not at the. You're not gone to the level where you think Peggy's a person. That's good. You're still.
I said she's not a dog anymore. She's not a person.
She's a fur baby.
She's a being. Did you hear Maxwell's kid called a human a skin dog? At first called a dog a fur baby. He was like, does that make you a skin dog? Shout out Flynn, I think he listens to this. So I just had the whole...
Oh, it was Flynn. That makes sense. I thought you meant like his 3-year-old daughter said that. I'm like, that's a really fucking funny... Like I couldn't even laugh at the joke because I was just like, a 3-year-old said that? That's so... wow.
That's a muggle corner when people put Facebook statuses like, my 3-year-old got home and said, Ma'am, why are there so many homeless people on the streets when we have houses for the cars?
Aye.
You're like, your child did not say that.
Yeah. And if it did, go and bully your child. Do us all a favour. You can't complain about there being bullied at school and then not do it at home. What's the problem? Like, it's got to happen somewhere.
Aye.
Otherwise, there's no way we're going to kick this out.
Peck at them. Just pick. So, I felt like, what's the male word for widow? Is there a male word for widow?
I think it's just a widow.
Is it?
Aye.
I thought widow was specifically gender appropriate to women.
Or maybe now that you mention it. But okay, maybe I'm thinking like you can be widowed if you're a bloke. No, is that true?
Well, it would be the madowed. Because W for woman. Man, madowed. I felt like a madowed.
Madowed is what happens when you leave a child in Portugal. That's what mad.
Thank God that needed a punchline. That was some weak banter until you saved it there. Fuck me, thanks, man.
Oh wow! For the first time he acknowledges it.
Jesus, I was wondering how we're going to get out of that. Fucking cheers, dude. I appreciate you. I'm getting like Ted Lasso. What's too much? I appreciate you.
Let's Google what male widow is then.
So I had me dog. I couldn't watch anything that we were currently watching because that's rude. That's one of the... Surely that's been...
Oh, wait. He becomes a widower.
Widower.
The equivalent name for a woman whose husband dies is a widow. So there's a... Aye. So if your wife dies, you're still... Wait, that can't be true. When a man loses his wife, he becomes a widower. All right. I thought, like, if you're dead, you're also technically a widower because you made your wife a widow.
Yeah. That does say, like...
that's how that scanned with me.
Aye, and then that would make her technically a widowee. Which sounds fun. Widowee sounds much more fun than what it is. So... I just had me, the dog. Like I said, you cannot watch stuff that even though we're watching Dope Sick, which we've finished now, and I thoroughly recommend it. It's on Disney, and I thoroughly recommend after you've watched it, watch John Oliver's Last Week Tonight, Opioids 3 on the Sackler family. Just it's like a kind of what happened next. Like I think he actually might have made that before the series was made.
Aye.
But it's a really good add-on if you're still interested in the story and you want to know more about what happened to the Sackler family and stuff.
Then their name, the Sacklers?
The Sacklers, the evil fuckers that made Oxycontin and got the whole of America addicted to opioids.
Aye.
So,
good business people, though.
The best.
Say
The
what
best. They even
say what you like about them.
they even done really good business with their repercussions.
Oh, did they? Well, you know what? Good on them. I always root for the little guy. You're telling me this family-run business became multi.
Oh yeah, multi-billionaires.
Aye.
And they're gonna.
That's the American dream. Why
the-
are we angry?
By the time they've paid off their repercussions, it's like I didn't want to do spoilers for something that people might be watching, but this wasn't in the series. This is what I like found out after.
Aye.
Is that they've managed.
There's no such thing as spoilers for real life. That's what you can't be. It would be like. Oh, by the way, did you watch the news this morning? 2 planes went into the World Trade Center. Spoiler! I was recording. I haven't watched the news yet. Oh, you fucking arsehole.
Like if I started telling stories about Escapade, you're like, people might not have seen Sicario yet.
Yeah. Or the other one.
What's it called?
Well, the one on Netflix.
Narcos. That's what I was looking for. Narcos.
Thank God you got that. Because I knew you were wrong, but I didn't know how. And that's the most annoying type of being right there is, when you know somebody else is wrong.
But you don't know the answer. You don't know what's right.
No, aye. But you're like, I'm right. I'm right that you're wrong. I'm not right about this discussion, but I'm right that you're wrong, which is more right than you are because you're wrong. So still, it's a type of victory. And
he was in so many things that I didn't know was like I didn't know they were each him, and I didn't connect them for a while. Like
what,
when
Vulture?
Vulture's Michael Keaton.
Oh, isn't it Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton. Oh, sorry, I was talking about Narco.
Oh, sorry, right.
I was talking about the Narco guy.
Got
I should
you.
have probably said that.
Aye.
But now I knew who Michael Keaton is.
Narcos.
Batman, isn't he? He's the original
Aye.
Batman. But the Narcos guy, what's he called again? Pedro or something.
Oh, the one in the TV series. I've got no idea.
And he's also the Red Viper.
The what?
The Red Viper.
Oh, him. So yeah, okay, yeah. No, I did know that. I think. Aye.
So like I'd like watched Narcos and seen Game of Thrones, and there was like another couple of things where I didn't.
And he
know
also the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and he's the Mandalorian. Yeah.
God, we're in our 30s.
So I'm going to bookmark this. You said something on the last podcast, which I haven't fully listened to it yet because I listened to it on the way here and I'm halfway through.
That confused me for a solid second there. I'm like, you're on the podcast.
Nah, the one we're calling. That made us realise how old you are, which made me feel old. Right, but first up, Wilson Fisk is also Edgar from Men in Black.
Oh, I knew that.
The skin suit.
Yeah.
Right, and also Private Pyle from Full Metal Jacket.
I've not seen Full Metal Jacket.
My name's Private Pyle. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And he gets bullied and he gets like beaten to fuck with soap in a sock.
In the sock. I know the sock, but I've seen that clip. But I've not actually seen the whole.
I found that out through a meme where it was like this guy's got range and it was like a handful of characters. I didn't know who the fourth one was. I didn't know if I'd seen that.
Oh, he played the Queen.
Oh yeah, did he?
Yeah.
In The Crown.
Yeah, no.
Which season?
In the new Princess Diana one.
Not Claire Foy.
The one where what's her cunt from Twilight plays Diana.
Who plays Thatcher? Her from Catatonia or something?
No, Thatcher's played by fucking Scully, Mulder, whichever guy. Yeah,
that's right. Hold on. Just to get my logic, who did I just say the last from Catatonia? She sang Mulder and Scully's song.
What?
She sang the.
Wait, there's no song in the X-Files.
No, there's a song. There's a song by Catatonia doing a duet with someone else where they mention Mulder and Scully. So sleeping with the lights on. I'm butchering it. I'm butchering it. But Catatonia done a song about Mulder and Scully.
Right.
Scully was played by Gillian Anderson.
Right.
And Gillian Anderson played Margaret Thatcher in The Crown. So then I went, her from Catatonia.
God, it's infinitely less funnier when you explain it. Anyone enjoy that frog being dissected?
Also, showing your workings for why you're wrong.
Yeah.
It isn't showing your workings. It's showing you're not workings.
Aye.
I'm showing you right now how I'm not working.
This is how I got confused. Just say you were wrong. No. I'll explain the reasons why I was tricked into being wrong by myself.
This is when I realised how old you are. You, when you were paintballing, used one of them machines where you crunched the card
Aye.
and it prints the card
Aye.
onto the paper. That is a relic.
Yeah, oh yeah, but man, it was
a relic then.
It was a relic then, but and the reason it existed was because I think some form of chip and pin definitely existed because I had a card for it, but there was no way up in the fucking Highlands that you were ever going to get any form of signal.
Right. So yeah, it was just a.
Oh yeah, but man, when I saw it then, when I was 16 years old, I had no idea what it was.
Did you have fountain pens in school?
No.
Because I didn't know if that was... Because even at the time, it felt like, who the fuck uses a fountain pen? But I thought...
Yeah, but wait, are you telling me you had a wee inkwell in that?
So hear me out. And I've done a little bit of stand-up about this back in the day, which I'll remind you of, because you might forget about it. It was never on my club set, but I'd done it on an Edinburgh show, right? So the fountain pens had cartridges, and you'd buy cartridges, and that's a fucking disaster. Giving fucking a bunch of school kids ink cartridges, that just fucking just poke a thing in them, squirt them on your mates. You're chewing them and all that, you end up with fucking blue lips.
Oh Jesus!
And then I just end up with like blue aloe on my dick off
all your boy mates.
Who just like slapping aloe on my dick. So there was inkwells in the desk,
Aye.
right? But we never used them. They were there. They were just there, and this is the bit that I turned into stand-up in my 2015 show, is I was talking to my dad about that making me feel old, and my dad was like, oh, we used to use the inkwells when I was in school, like they weren't a relic for me, that was like where you dip your feather. And he was like, in fact, I would get into school early and I'd have to fill the inkwells up for everyone. I was like, oh no, my dad's the ink bitch. Oh, Kev's an ink bitch.
That's the bit.
That's the bit. I
enjoy that. That's
good. Oh, name me ma, shag the ink bitch.
It wasn't called something like that back then. It was called like something, I don't know what the 40s term for bitch was. Wench. The ink wench.
The ink wench.
The ink strumpet.
I find it funny that the word bitch is still the word for female dog.
Aye.
And I just like, someone's like, oh, is it a bitch to put me dog? I'll be like, it's just fucking lovely, lass.
She is a bitch, though. She is a bitch.
Fucking sound.
Aye, if
it's bitch before coffee. So the relic of my life was the fountain pen. I used a fountain pen in school.
No, I can't.
Did you ever use a checkbook?
Yes.
And you used to keep the little stubs in order.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Did you ever get I mean, everyone got these. I know you did. You ever get the exciting day where the book van would turn up?
Oh,
book lorry.
Yes.
And you get taken out like class by class, and you just get to walk. And before, you never give a shit about books. It was such a brilliant way to make kids love books, because you're like, I don't want to fucking read. I'm fucking 7. I want to go outside and play outside. And then you get to leave class and go into this big bus that's also a library. And you're like, well, this is Transformers. This is unbelievable. And you would be so excited to buy all the fucking books, get your weird razors, ping them at your crush's head. Take that, Steve.
We have blue lips. It's cold. Nothing to do with the ink. It was your generation.
I found out the other day, one of the kids from my primary school, who was like back when we were like 7 or 8, who was definitely like, he was bullied and called gay all the time. And obviously none of that's right, but kids are bastards. Doesn't justify it. But only as an adult, you're like, that was really horrible what we went through. He is gay.
If the shoe fits.
So, I feel less guilty. Towards me.
I feel less guilty.
Aye. Aye. But I meant that more in the sense of like when I first, because I went on like, because I've not been on social media for ages, I was on me. I had to do some fucking after Christmas FaceTime call with my entire family, but they could only do it through fucking Facebook. So I logged on and I gave myself half an hour before, where I was just like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna go and just look at all the kids from who I grew up with and just see what everyone's up to. Just to make sure I'm doing fucking better than everyone, because that's important to me. And I found him and I was like, oh, he's gay, oh, good for him, and he's married and he's got a kid, that's great. And I was like, oh, he was bullied for being gay. I'm like, oh, that was sad, but they were.
You know what, because if you're the gay person at school and you got bullied for being gay, right, and you hadn't come out, you didn't even know you were gay yourself yet, you're on a journey of self-discovery, right, and you get called gay, you'd be like, how did they know? Was I giving something away? And you're like, oh no, we're guessed for everybody.
Yeah.
We guessed everybody was gay.
Yeah, we're just bastards. We're horrible kids.
It's not that 9-year-olds have gaydars.
No. We were just like, you accuse enough people, one of them's going to be. It's a numbers game.
I wonder what the, like kids are just more educated, more progressive now, and like the times have moved on.
Yes.
Thankfully.
Yes.
There must still be a thing that like kids generically slag their mates for. Mm-hmm. What do you think it is? Because Ginger was in there as well. Like you get
Ginger will still be in there. Ginger's one for the ages. That doesn't go.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Glasses isn't as bad as it used to be. I don't feel. Or is that just because it's not as bad now with adults? Could it still be bad in the schoolyard?
Yeah, I don't know, because I guess that like it'll still be.
There's better glasses now, though, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I guess it depends what age range you're talking about. Like, I reckon kids are still bullied for being fat, but like they're also like I think it's just there's a certain type of person that becomes a bully, and there's those that just won't.
They'll just find. You think they'll just find anything?
Aye, and I think there'll always be.
I can't imagine that like bullying in school hasn't been combated to a point that it's way better than it was for.
Oh, I definitely reckon it's way better. Aye, but now you can do it online and get people to kill themselves. So
that's
way more efficient. Like, you can talk about your fucking 80s, or they threw me into a well, or they fucking tried to drown me in the sea, or they whatever. All your fucking poverty we grew up in World War II stories. But like, was your kid mercilessly bullied online from like an attack from like 7 different kids, like a SWAT team, and then necked themselves? And the answer is no. So we've also got better at bullying, I would say. Everything gets better. Right. This is just the pensioners being like, oh, weed was so much stronger back in my day. Shut the fuck up. No, it was no. Oh man, the pills we used to have. Shut the fuck up, you dumb cunt. No, it did. No, it wasn't. You were just younger and weaker. Everything is better now. Oh no, the pills we used to do back in the 70s. Aye, all right, granddad, I bet they fucking were.
Is that camera on, by the way? I didn't check. Is it on?
Yeah, why?
Because I can't see the red light from here.
Oh, well, I was just assuming you were making faces at it.
I just had a panic that I went and got the memory card and didn't switch the camera on.
No, you did.
I lost the memory card last week. I apologise to our patrons who are funding this operation so you can have video footage, and then I dropped the ball.
But they know what they're funding. They know.
Well, yes, Stag do.
Like, I was thinking about this yesterday. I can't remember why, but I was just like, it still fucking bewilders me that we have like, what, 5,000 or 6,000 people that listen to this regularly?
Yeah. Every episode on it peaks at about 6,000 now.
Aye.
On every episode on the free channel.
Aye.
Right, and then an extra 500 to 600. It like fluctuates depending on the resubscription date. It's at about 570 at the minute.
That's why I was thinking about it.
So that's 6,500, and then some people watch on YouTube. About 500 people watch on YouTube also when it comes out on Monday. So it's about 7,000 people listen to our swing and misses. For every now and again, you save them.
I remember why I was thinking about it, because Cara got a message off of somebody yesterday being like, hey, I know this is weird, but I remember Daniel mentioning on the podcast a while ago you knew the recipe for the Aberdeen Council desserts, and I used to go to school in Aberdeen. Can I get that recipe? And I was like, oh my god, that's very oddly fucking specific. And obviously she passed it. It was fucking cracknell. That's what it was.
That's nice. There's a good community out there, really. Like when I've chatted to them, they've been absolutely class, right? But I feel like we've made them fear getting in touch by calling out Muggles for 4 years.
Aye.
That I feel like people don't want to engage so much in case they're seen as Muggles.
Aye. Well, I do notice that every time when we're ever like, please write in, and people are like, I'm not fucking writing it. You're like, no, like, please genuinely engage this time. No, we've fallen for that one before. I've seen what you've done to cunts. Not a chance.
They don't want to be lit up. They just want to quietly listen to it without being in the fucking in West Sightlines.
I'm glad. I'm glad for that, because one of the worst comedy fans in the world, one of the worst type, right, is ones who go, you can make fun of me. You can make fun. I'll sit in the front row. You can make fun of me. And you're like, oh, I don't want you in this any part of this fucking gig.
I used to hate that when I would go and do the club gigs. Every now and again, like somebody that was arranging a stag do would like find out the lineup and then get in touch with us to try and give us dirt on the stag.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I don't want. I just want to do my job. I don't want I don't know. Is that what they think my job is?
Yeah, and also, but
is that the job?
nah. No,
Like,
it's like
beyond the Call of
cunts that
Duty to
go,
make it?
hey, coming to your show tonight, it's my girlfriend's birthday, is there any chance you'd shout out happy birthday? Motherfucker, I play 3,000 seaters. It's always someone's birthday. It's at least 5 people's fucking birthday. In fact, it's more than that, because you know why? Because this was somebody's birthday gift. This was a lot of people's birthday gifts. It's not a fucking Chuck E. Cheese's. I'm not reading out a list of and happy birthday to this person. It's not halftime at a fucking football game.
Put a sparkler in one of my jokes. What was it? The shrimp place, Bubba Gump, where you got fake birthday by Brett Vincent, and you were mortified.
And I don't leave Barry's fucking name out of it.
Barry,
that fucking wanker.
Because they come up and like sang to you. But it was like, I don't know, but I've been told.
Yeah, it was. It was a real weird.
Like, some of them would sing one bit and some of them would sing the other bit, and they're like marching and stamping and.
Which to me, it's a smaller.
You got flash mob.
It is. It's a smaller, lesser flash mob, but that doesn't make my disdain for it any fucking less. I'm bored in my mind because it's all my life is just like being a tag team partner. But like your tag team partner's unconscious in the middle of the ring, and you're like, just fucking tag me in. Like, I am fucking useless out here. Because Cara is doing 100% of, the pregnancy.
Yeah.
But her body has not prepared for it at all. At all. Like, her titties have gotten bigger, and that's obviously for me.
Yeah.
But her legs have put on no extra size.
Oh, so like she's walking around with all this extra weight, but she's getting no help supporting it. She's just bumbling around.
I don't know if the rest of her
she's
body.
Like Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, man. It's like somebody put 2 toothpicks in the bottom of a potato, and they were like, I don't know.
That's my wife.
That's my wife. That's and the important thing is to tell them they look beautiful every day
through gritted teeth.
Yeah, and I'm like. But I've never seen a body prepare less for something inevitable. It would be like as if right now her vagina was just like, you know what, I'm going to get smaller for no reason. You're like, you're doing the opposite of what needs to be. You'd think just looking up. Man, when I start having fun on tour and drinking and, the life I've been living for the past year, my legs go, okay, right, we've got
to get this guy around.
we got
to walk up to the bar.
Yeah, we got to firm up the foundation here. So you get thicker legs, you get thicker ankles, you get bigger ass. Nothing.
Yeah,
no, and it's annoying for her because it's like she's the biggest she's ever been. So she doesn't like that. But she's also, just because she's a small person, she's so small. And, man, women jealousy at small pregnant women is unbelievable.
Oh, you got some who's hands
Man,
how did you?
It is thinly veiled vitriol. Like, that just, like, either women who are pregnant.
Compliments sound passive-aggressive.
Oh, my God, you're so small. Unblinking. No, but you're so small. How far along? 8 months. That's great.
Like,
good for you.
Like Jocelyn of Schitt's Creek.
Oh, but like with more, there's a knife behind their back. Because when I was 6 months, I was your size. That's how you're so small. You're like, this woman's going to kill my wife and my baby. I still call her my wife just because I can't.
Syllables we were talking about last week.
Aye.
Fiancé. You should do it with like a French accent.
Fiancé.
My fiance.
No, fiancé.
Fiancé doodle. Me and my old fiancé doodle here.
And then we've got another antenatal class today on titty feeding.
Does she have to massage her perineum to prepare it?
Well,
because
she's
we've got
meant
another
to.
pregnant friend who was saying that they got advice to massage their perineum.
But it's also if you're a woman and you're massaging your perineum, you've basically got 2 of your thumbs and you got to kind of just jam them up your cunt and then like and like out sort of like that way. It's like smush, like you're kneading bread, but from the inside, right? That's how it's got to be done. But then they're like, but you can also get your partner involved if you're still with your partner. And I'm like, absolutely. Like I would, man, doctor recommended finger banging.
I'll do that with a boner.
This is fucking great. This is like your geography teacher being like, and in today's class we need to smoke marijuana for some reason. You're like, okay, cool, this is great. I just get to, help her in some way by massaging her vagina, but she's we've not done it yet because we just keep, it's the funniest thing in the world.
Is that just delaying the massaging of the perineum?
Well, I mean,
they're just putting off. We'll just do it the day before.
Why? We'll just
do it during the contractions, man. It'll be great.
Well, who knows how long we've got? We should start doing it, and it's always been a discussion. But I can't. You understand? I can't be the one that goes, let's go do the perineum. I can't be. It's got to be hard being like, would you mind doing it now? I need that. I can suggest it, but the more I suggest it, the more I'm just going, can we do the fucking perineum?
Sorry if I finger you with my thumbs.
Yeah, well, no. No, as the bloke, you do it with your fingies. Aye. But you don't call them fingies. Because it makes the whole place dry up and then it's way harder.
I'm going to put my fingies near Vigingi. Fianky doodle. You are ready to be a dad. That's exactly how you talk to toddlers.
Aye, so you've just got to go in there like you're like
you're doing heart surgery. Have you heard about this?
What, that's a thing?
Man, this is twice now I've heard about people getting like something with the heart done through keyhole surgery in their groin, and I just can't get my head around that at all. Have you heard of this?
No.
Man, people get heart surgery through their groin.
So wait, hold on. Are these men that say, look, I love you with all my heart?
I just... in fact, both accounts. One of them was my friend's daughter, and another one was there's a
better version of that joke. Hold on. Tell me again. I got a better version of that
There's
joke.
two people I know that have had heart surgery through their groin. One was my friend's daughter.
Well, look, hey, I've always said the way to a man's heart is through his cock.
It's true. But I'm just thinking, like, when you go in and you get checked out and you're like, oh, your heart's like, it's got a bit of a murmur and all that. We're going to have to get you a gynaecologist. You're like,
yeah, because you're being a fucking pussy. If I went to the hospital, I'd be fired within 3 days because every time somebody came in with a minor injury, I'd just go send them to the gynaecologist.
In through the groin. In through the groin, aye. I brought
just get the gynaecologist to be like, fuck, this is a big pussy, you are correct. Like, look, he's barely even broken his toe. Like, somebody comes in, there's like a staple in their hand, I just call, I'm going to refer to an expert, and the gynecologist comes up, like, this is the third time.
No, that pussy is a Dr. Sloss.
And I'm like, come on, it's a funny bit.
I'm working through the night here, Dr. Sloss. I'm too busy and putting a strain on my relationship. Well, I'm going to have to refer you to yourself. Because you have been a big old pussy.
Hey, look, therapists need therapy sometimes. I get it, buddy. No, you've got
go in because you've got trouble with anxiety and depression. I'm going to refer you to a gynecologist.
And it's just, I can get him on speaker. Pussy! I don't think that was a real phone call. Why do you have a radio DJ's button? This happens a lot. No, you need to massage her perineum like
there's no tomorrow.
No, like Ace Ventura coming out of a rhino's ass. You got to do the two fingers and then like
you got to get right up.
Aye, and start stretching it. But I mean, it's all going to be a fucking man. It's like waxing your car before a car crash.
Are you like are you going doing there and having a look around and just enjoying it? Like, while it lasts. I feel awful. Kara's my friend.
Well, not anymore. No, fannies. I've seen. Look, if there's any fanny that can recover from childbirth, it's Kara's. That thing can take a fucking beating.
She's had colons while you've been on the road.
Aye. She can just, man. You can drop a fridge on her. She'll be fine.
She'll be alright.
Aye.
Pretty robust.
Aye, she is. She's made of sterner stuff than Northerners.
She's got a robust Vigingi. She's from Aberdeen and at the Cal at the Granite City because of her vag. Nothing to do with the architecture. Cara's pussy.
Aye, it's just hard as fucking nails. But then again, but also like it might come out the top, it might come out her mouth. She might just wish it out.
She might armpit fart it out.
Yeah, you do. I mean, we just don't know. That's the thing. After all these years, we still know so little about pregnancy.
They might just get a heart surgeon and just pull it out through her heart.
It's just easier. It's a bigger
You
hole.
just keep sending them to the wrong division.
Oh, she's complaining again. Get the gynaecologist. I mean, I'm just worried about the whole
I mean, I'll
thing.
it's going to get butchered.
Aye.
You're worried about the whole thing, like just the everything. What worries you the most about childbirth? All of it?
Aye. Yeah.
I've stopped worrying about it now because I'm just desensitized.
Aye. Man, if it wasn't her going through I wouldn't be there. There's no way I would be there. If I saw a woman giving birth in the street, I'd be like, I am so sorry, but no. Like, I'm also not the guy.
Stop that.
Aye, come on, aye. Be reasonable. This is a shopping centre. Next, you'll be wanting to breastfeed it in public. Calm down, love. Nah, I think it's a horrible thing we do to women. And I mean, but also, here's another thing, and this is a joke that I could never get working on stage, so I'll bring it back out in the podcast, and I loved it as a joke, which is, there's a small part of me that believes in the conspiracy theory that the reason there's midwives in the room is just when they're up there talking to her, they're just like, just make as much noise as you possibly can.
They think it hurts.
They think it hurts. It obviously doesn't hurt. Why would it hurt? Well, everyone goes through it. Why would this be a thing that hurts?
But midwife, there's a flaw in your plan here. I'm a coward with everything. Like, he's seen me go through pain. I'm really bad at it.
Just scream, lose your fucking mind, and you just get a bunch of sympathy in the future. And obviously, doing the show stage, you can just, all the women just slowly start getting their backups, rightfully so. That's the purpose of the joke, is to antagonise them. And then you just keep going, and yeah, look, it doesn't hurt that much. Like, have you ever, and I do believe this, you've watched nature documentaries, you've seen giraffes give birth.
Mm-hmm. You just drop out.
Do they fucking moan about it the whole time?
They come out like fully developed. They trot off with their big long legs and big long neck.
When was the last time you saw a giraffe go,
gas in air, gas in air.
can I do this in a lake? It's just going to be better for me and the baby if I can do this in a lake. Can I get an epidural? I don't know where my spine is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where my spine is.
Down a bit. Down a bit.
Down
a bit. Down a bit. Down a bit. No, that's still my upper back.
Aye. I mean, cats and dogs regularly give birth to 7, 8 of them. You did it one. Come on, be real. Babies. Does it hurt that much? Be honest with yourself. Come on.
I've never seen one sheep need a single stitch.
No. Well, except for when they're being turned into jumpers.
Aye. Stocking stitch.
Obviously, for the purpose, that was a joke. That was a joke. Obviously, childbirth allegedly hurts quite a bit.
I hope. That's so funny that crossing your fingers means I don't mean what I'm saying. Aye. But it also means I hope it's true.
Aye. Yeah. Oh, it used to be like, you go to someone, I've got cancer. Oh, okay.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hope you feel better. You're like, wait, you don't hope I feel better? Why, this is...
It's really misleading.
Do you reckon those come from two different bits of history?
And crossing your fingers.
Two different cultures.
Crossing your fingers for I'm fibbing.
Aye, it was like a German thing, and then like crossing your fingers for good luck was like an English thing, and then over the years we just interbred so much that it's...
Now we're just fucking doing our cross my fingers for anymore.
Aye.
Nah. Who knows?
Well, the internet.
Let's have an etymology of it can't be still called etymology
for an action.
If it's about an action. Oh, good old squeaky chair on the podcast just to show high production value. What have you discovered?
Oh, so I mean, this was stupid. So if it's a good luck thing, obviously crossing your fingers is a Christian thing, because
But it doesn't even make the shape of a cross. It's just
Yeah,
the same
also,
word.
what was lucky about that cross? The cunt died.
Aye.
Like, I'm pretty sure if you ask... I mean, this is an old fucking well-trodden bit, but...
It's a torture device.
Aye. There's no way Jesus would be fucking thrilled if he came back to find out that that was the logo everyone was using.
Aye. Be devastated. There's some pictures of him wearing a cross.
Oh, you don't see Jews walking around with shower heads around their fucking necks. That would... like, it's just really insensitive to one of the worst bits of their history.
I think was that a Bill Hicks bit as well? Did Bill Hicks do a bit about something about JFK and wearing like a fucking gun round your neck
Did he?
or something? I'm not sure. I think I've seen something like
Well,
that.
I've definitely seen it done.
Aye, like you said, it's well trodden.
Aye, I think it's a... I can't remember whose bit
well-trodden
it
bit.
is.
But aye, so that's crossing your fingers is like
for luck, aye.
it's like a praying to God thing.
Yeah. And then lying, but why would he... Oh, get that cross...
Cross. Why would you say cross my heart and hope to die? Oh, that's got to be the religious thing, isn't it? What a weird thing to say. Cross my heart and hope to die. Is that why do you say that again? I can't even remember how you where
Cross
to
my
place
heart
that.
and hope to die.
Is that
Stick
like
something in my eye.
Is that like to say that you're being true?
Yeah.
So it's like remember swear down? You used to swear down.
Swear down.
Swear down on my mother's life.
Aye, swear down.
And then you like nobody clicks on, you're not superstitious at all, and you can just say that and get away with stuff. What have you got? Is this website called Today I Found Out?
Yeah, feed your brain. Oh, I can't be arse reading. And you ever do any fucking research and then you're just like, shorten it down, make it bite size. I'm sorry, I'm part of that generation where I'm just like, unless you can make...
Unless it shows up in the Google search original paragraph box, I don't want to click on a link.
Yeah,
I don't want to click on a link and read through an entire blog to get to the bit I need. I did last night when I said I finished watching Dope Sick. I watched the John Oliver thing on opioids because I wanted to do some further learning. And then I saw one of the next things was John Oliver on Alex Jones, and you've mentioned him a bunch of times, and we were like, should we just find out who Alex Jones is? And I watched the episode of Alex Jones. What the fuck is that guy? The frogs are gay bit. There's stuff in the water making the frogs gay. Buy my water filter.
Aye, he's mental and he's a con artist, and he's one of those ones where, like, now that everything's coming back to haunt them, like all the lies they said, their thing is the Fox News defense of, I didn't think anyone was going to believe what I was saying. You going, that doesn't matter, motherfucker. Like, you can't just spread fucking lies, being like, yeah, but my lies were so outlandish. Nobody in their right mind could have possibly known there were lies. You knew what you were fucking doing. And
I found out as well through because I just went watched a couple of them episodes, and one of them was about misinformation. And you know how now Facebook's getting a bit better at like. They used the example of the Kamala Harris getting a fake vaccine and she wasn't really getting vaccinated. And then Facebook was just like, this is a lie, right? They only done that on the English language. And they only filter and fact check stuff in the English language, and like 90% of people don't speak English.
aye.
So there's like so much misinformation going out to every other country in the world that isn't being checked.
I think we're all going to die.
And I didn't even check that information that I told you. I just heard it from John Oliver and went, sure, that must be what it is. That's that then.
There's a good podcast which kind of touches on this called Into the Storm on BBC Sounds.
Listen to that while I was retired, while I was being a widow.
Aye.
When I was just
good.
walking my dog around the streets, listening to that. Really good. Because that's the really weaponized. They really weaponized a large population of absolutely mental people.
Absolutely, aye, crazy fucking mental.
They were just like, oh, these guys think that there's a cult that like drink baby's blood, and like they thought they were the good guys.
Aye,
So
I still do.
So instead of just going, you guys are full of shit, can you keep this off the fucking political landscape? They went, this is a lot of voters.
Aye.
Let's feed into it. Let's
we'll give you one guess.
Let them read.
Which party did that. We'll give you one guess.
But Trump got elected because of it. So there you go. But Into the Storm, it's called, on BBC Sounds.
Very, very good.
That's good. So thank you for recommending that. And also thank you for recommending Arcane.
Oh, have you finished it?
Because I finished Arcane while Natalie was away as well.
It's one of the best things in the world.
And I just fucking, I thought it was stunning.
Aye.
It's like a masterpiece.
Aye, it is.
It's like the artwork's amazing. There's a character in it who's unhinged. And you get to kind of the first couple episodes, you get to see that you have to check your phone these days. You're in the pocket.
It's all good.
Even though it's just in the little room.
Aye. Oh, I think she'd
be doing?
knock.
Or you think
She would, or she'd send Cullen out.
Or just the cat.
Aye.
Yeah, so there's a character. There's something of an origin story in the first 3 episodes, and you kind of see how she got that way, and then like you can the way they've used the animation element of it to show how unhinged she is, and it just keeps like cutting to different like frames and different styles. It's fucking immense. Like I was just watching it like in awe. It's just so well done. The story's class, the characters are class, the animation's class.
Aye,
Like,
it's just high. It's high end fantasy, but even if that doesn't sound your thing, I'd recommend giving it a go. Also, I watched it when I was fucking completely and utterly fucking sober, and one of the first things that went through my mind was, I was like, I really want to watch this with a spliff. And then on Christmas Day, watched one of the episodes with my brother Jack, stoned as fuck, and it was class. So if you do partake, don't get too stoned, because it's a really good storyline, and it's very sort of,
yeah, you want to keep up with it.
You want to pay attention, but like if you're able to,
put a little bit of haze on it.
Aye, getting a good level of stoned and give it a watch. Oh.
Yeah, really good. And it's based on a computer game that I've not played.
Yeah, League of Legends was one of those.
Is that one of the big esports games?
Mm-hmm, yeah, I think I don't know if it was like the one that kicked off esports, but it was definitely one of the ones that made esports fucking huge. It was the same people that did World of Warcraft. I'm pretty sure it's Blizzard, and it's like a top-down. Maybe
so did they take pre-existing characters that had no real narrative from a game and then give them a narrative?
No, I think there was like especially I'll go see if League of Legends is.
It felt very like Final Fantasy, like that kind of world, like that kind of technology.
Well,
technology meets magic, kind of. I've just started playing The Witcher.
Oh no, it's been released by Riot Games. So
oh yeah, Riot. I could have told you that.
So I'm full of shit. Anyway, no, but I think like Blizzard when they did World of Warcraft, there's like you create the characters, but then also you have to create the lore and the history behind it, and then there's books. It's like how Star Wars has all those other fucking books. I'm pretty sure like League of Legends spawned people that would write books, and there was already lore there that they just sort of add to it, and the people at Riot Games who created the story probably just
so you can go deep into that world.
Aye. And it's so well done. I really wish they'd approached Wheel of Time from the cartoon aspect as opposed to just making it.
Okay. That failed you, didn't it? I haven't watched it yet based on your...
Don't. It's utterly not worth your time. Like, I'm still reading the books.
Can you tell me what it was then that put you off if I'm not going to watch it?
It's just all bad, man. For the first, the costume department is fucking
because I spoke to you like after episode 3 and you were all in.
Yeah. But I mean, at the time, I would have told you that the costumes were very fucking bad. Like they are. Like, did you buy that from Primark? I'm meant to believe this is a fucking fantasy world. The guy who's written it, Rafe Judkins, has not read the books, or if he has read the books, he didn't like them. And he's gone like, man, it's just such a fucking... The reason Game of Thrones was so successful originally was because it was a really good adaptation. They didn't put everything in the books in there, but they knew that there was this rich fucking world.
It was close to the books.
Yeah, but man, there was so much there that you don't need to add anything fucking to it. The world is there. Your job as a director and a writer is very easy. Bring it to life. Make all these characters as good as you can make them. You can change the dialogue. Obviously, that's where you come in. You're the writer, but the story's there, motherfucker. And they've just destroyed the story. They've destroyed how the magic works. Like it's as different from the books as World War Z is to the movie World War Z. When you're just like, why did you name it the same thing?
But were both of them not good though? Like you can
World War Z was a crap movie.
Did you not like it? No. I haven't read the book, but I thought the movie was alright.
No. I thought it was but it was. Well, you wasted my time by calling it World War Z. You know, like you fucking lied to me. You brought me in with a lie. You went, I'm going to do that thing you love. And then I came in, I'm like, this isn't the thing I love. And they're like, yeah, but you're here, so stay.
I said that with Dark Tower. It should have just been like different title based on the novel by Stephen King.
Aye. It's just, it's shite. I wish everyone who works on Wheel of Time all the worst. You did not even try to do your best. You were given a real chance to do something amazing, and you could have been better than Game of Thrones because you had the ending there, an ending that everyone's satisfied with. You had all the shit, and you shat the bed, and I fucking despise everyone who worked on it. Like, I'm really angry just at how bad it is.
And do you think they're going to get commissioned for a season 2?
100%, yeah.
And will you watch it just out of...
No. I turned off halfway
hopefully
through.
there'll be some kind of redemption.
I turned off halfway through the last episode.
Yeah, so I see you haven't finished the
No,
episode.
just not. Oh man, the CGI in it is fucking horrific. It's very badly done at many levels.
Loads of levels. I never got around to season 2 of Lock and Key. That was a bit of a let. It was all right as a series. It didn't have the right feeling. It didn't have the right vibe. It wasn't dark enough. It wasn't gothic enough. It was too much of a like teen movie.
Aye. We got a lot of. I know from the internet, there's a lot of like people who are fans of the Wheeltime books who hate the TV show the same as me, and obviously when fucking nerds get up in arms about something they love, they become toxic fucking cunts and they become aggressive and sexist and all the other unnecessary things. So like apparently a bunch of the staff have been getting death threats, which is obviously there's no excuse for, but Don't be like, I don't know why I'm getting these death threats. I'm like, you do. You do know.
No, there's an excuse for it. You shouldn't do it.
No, you shouldn't. Like,
I take your excuse. Yeah. I give you no permission to take action on that excuse.
Yeah. What you're going through is unfair, and it shouldn't be happening. Nobody should be threatening your life or your family's life or your friend's life just for a bit of work that you did that was your best. That should never happen, right? But don't pretend you don't know what you ruined something that everyone loved because you thought you were better than it, and that made people angry until the point where they did something wrong and irrational and not okay. But you don't deserve it, but you did create it. There was a way to not get them. There was a way to not get them. There's a parallel universe where you're not being threatened, and it's...
So if they want to do anything with the Saga comics, what would you want that to be?
Again,
cartoon it, get the people that did Arcane.
Or the ones that did Invincible. Yeah, do it that way. And also...
Or computer game. I think Saga as a computer game would be class. I don't know how they do it. They could do it like an RPG.
Aye.
But I think I'd love that, because this is the thing with comic books is like so many people have got like a brick wall barrier up between them and comic books, like
because they think it's for kids.
You just can't get some people to read comics. But with Lock and Key and with Saga, like I feel like they're missing out on such good worlds and such good stories that like you kind of want it to be packaged in a way that they can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just because they won't ever step into that world, so you're like, that's another reason why, like, when something comes out as a series and it's not that great and you can't recommend it to people, you're just like, ugh, that's a shame. Because that meant I could share something I love with somebody that wouldn't otherwise share it.
I've gotten into
Also, if you're one of them people listening to this who have got the brick wall up between you and comic books, just today, like get past that and just take one of these recommendations, Saga, a Lock and Key, and you can get them on your phone. Go to Comixology. You can get them on your iPad.
Preacher, Red Sun, Wanted,
The Watchmen.
I wouldn't start with that. Absolutely do not start with Watchmen.
In fact, that is one that has absolutely been done well on a Passover. Watch The Watchmen. Who watches The Watchmen? And
they changed enough. Preacher was a decent adaptation, but they changed it up enough that they were like, this is our version of this set in modern times, and that's what Wheel of Time tried to get away with, because they're like, it's just a different iteration. It's like it's not an iteration. It's a very, very badly done version of a great story. You bastards!
I don't think Preacher had done I thought the actors were great in it. I thought Cassidy was good, because that was my first introduction to Joe Gilligan. Thought it was amazing. Not Dominic West. What's he called? Dominic West.
Oh, no, Dominic West is the one from fucking The Wire.
Yeah, he's the one from The Wire.
Dominic Cooper, yeah.
Like they were class in it, and then for me the story just got too different and weird. And like it wasn't. I felt like I was watching a completely different thing.
I was able to do that because Walking Dead did the same thing. Walking Dead changed enough that you were like, all right, separate, but still good. So I'm not somebody that's like you have to keep it exactly the way it is, but you have to visibly enjoy the thing that you're making. And I can tell you, nobody that worked on Wheel of Time TV series
Enjoyed the
read
book.
or enjoyed the book. None of them did.
Yeah.
None of them did. And
They were too
because
disrespectful to it.
yeah, no. Like if that was a room full of people that actually enjoyed the book, somebody would have been like, no, this is all
Why was
terrible.
Brandon Sanderson not in there?
Cunt was, and the cunt at the end was, man, look, they liberaled it up, which I'm not against. Like, that was one of the things that really actually endeared me to the first couple of episodes of it. Because, man, there's so many times where I'm like, look, it's like, remember when they made Hermione black in the stage production of Harry Potter, and people lost their fucking shit. Man, that's never bothered me, because I'm like, it doesn't say she's white in the book, and it also does not matter.
Did it even cross your mind that she was white as a child and then black as an adult? Did that not make you go, well, how'd that happen?
No, they're wizards. They're wizards and witches. I don't care.
And it's a stage show and they're actors.
Yeah.
But if that happened in a film where, like, because we did it with Muff. We did it with Muff where it was Stephen K. Amos played you in the future, and then you go back in time and it's you, and would never address that you changed colour. But that was because it was a comedy.
They never said the stage play was a continuation of the movies. They just said it was a continuation. Hermione's not necessarily white in the books. There's nothing that there's no description.
Oh no, sorry. I think I'm thinking of something else, because there wasn't a child actor in the. It was a Les Mis I watched where the child actor for Cosette was white, and then the adult actor for Cosette was black.
All right, okay.
And I found that was odd. That was an odd casting.
Yeah.
Not that you go, what? Like, Cosette's not meant to be black. It's in the French Revolution. That wouldn't even happen. How would that? Like, there's no part of us that was like that, obviously. But there was part of us where you go, how did you change colour?
Aye. Well, in Wheel of Time, I thought the casting was really good. I was excited in the first 2 episodes. They changed, not necessarily changed people up, but different to how I pictured them in my head, but really good and decent. And then at one point they start bringing in like real pro. They added in like gay warders, which is something wasn't necessarily in the books, but does make sense. And I remember even saying, they'd been like, "Oh God, that's a really good iteration of that." Of course, that would actually happen. Interesting. I can tell this is going to piss a lot of people off. But
Good. It's pissing the right people off.
No.
It's starting a conversation.
But it was no. It wasn't even blatantly. They'll be like, "Oh, it's shoving it down your throat." I'm like, it's not. It's a very good iteration of a story that's already there, and it's just a face of the story that you hadn't thought about before. But it's not shoving it down your throat. And then it just became. And I say this as a lefty. It became the liberal agenda.
Oh really?
And then it just sucked. And the costumes were very, very badly done. The CGI was fucking horrendously appalling. Like there's a battle happening like 2 miles away, and the characters are different sizes, and there's 4 of them, and it's just like it was somebody did it on their phone on a moving bus.
Oh, shit.
Aye.
I might just watch it out of curiosity now.
Go ahead. I mean, I've set the bar so fucking low that you might.
If I like it, I'll have to like it in secret.
Yeah, you will. And if you don't enjoy it, do enjoy it in secret, and then also read the books, and then realise how fucking wrong you are.
I wanted to ask you, because did you ever play The Witcher, and did you enjoy it?
I fucking hated it.
And what did you hate about it?
The combat system was unbelievably dog shit.
I've just started it, and I'm getting the grip. It's very like unintuitive, the combat system.
Yeah.
And did you play on it long enough for it to grow on you?
No, I played. I think about 12 to 14 hours into it. I hated the combat system because.
Did you get past the Griffin thing at the start?
Yeah.
Because I haven't even beat that yet, because I thought like I'll go and do a couple of little levels and level up, and I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of crafting items and alchemy items, and I'm like, fuck man, am I going to learn how to cook to play this game? Like, because everything has like 5 different ingredients, and I don't know where to get them from, and I'm just picking up everything because I might need it, and it just seems like I'm a little bit overwhelmed by inventory, and I'm a bit sucky at the battle system. So that's where I'm at the minute. I was just going to ask if
I do not think it is worth even another second of your life, but I hate it so much. One of the worst games I've ever played.
But it was
the story.
Game of the Year, and it got like 97%.
Oh, I know I'm wrong. Yeah, so man,
I had it recommended by a million different people on Twitter the other day.
I would go ask them then.
It just wasn't for you. And you liked Skyrim as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed Skyrim a lot, yeah.
Which I would say that's the closest game to it that I've played. It's Skyrim.
No, Skyrim was good and enjoyable. Like the combat system in it was very, very poor. And it was also one of those games where it's like, we won't hold your hand during this. And you're like, oh, I don't want to play then. Like, there has to be a tutorial. Like, you
What,
can't.
on Witcher?
Aye.
Oh, did you skip the tutorial?
No, I did, but it was
heavy on tutorial.
No, but then like later on in it, so it's tutorial and like it's bits of control, and it's just roll and hit. There's nothing intuitive or fun about that for me. That's like that's a Sonic game. Hit, roll, run, hit, roll, run, hit, roll, run, hit, roll, run.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just diving out the way.
Yeah.
My character
That's
is just
it.
doing flips and
Aye.
to get out the way of wolves just until me like fireball powers up. So I'm just trying to keep out the way of cunts until I can hit them with another fireball.
Brett Vincent loves it.
Yeah.
So I talked to him. I think Ali also loved it, so you can talk to either of them. But I'm
gonna persevere with it because I think it will click once I start getting into the narrative and the story. I feel like it might have a really good narrative to it. It started off pretty strong. I'm like intrigued by the lore. I'm intrigued by the world that they live in. The dialogues seem to be pretty decent when you're like chatting to characters and stuff, but I'm just at the minute, like, the screen is full of words. I'll pick up a fucking quest and I have to read half a fucking chapter of a book to find out what the quest is, and I'm just like, I don't like reading that much when I'm playing.
Aye.
And I'm reading a lot at the minute, and I'm like 6 hours in and I haven't really progressed much. I haven't done like the first main story mission. I'm like, I feel like I need something to click with it before I get into it.
You can watch the TV show.
It depends how the game goes. If I get into the game, I'll watch a TV show.
Apparently the books are good.
I nearly, because I've got some audiobook tokens to use, and I nearly bought book 1, but I realised there's like 9 books, and I'm still in Wheel of Time. I'm still in the...
What are you up to in Wheel of Time?
Book 4.
Oh, so am I now.
I did catch back up second time round. You're an audiobook with that, aren't you?
No.
You were listening in the car?
Oh, just that particular thing just for that car ride. I bought just that one.
What's the Scott Lynch one? I've bought the second one of that.
Oh, Liza Locomora. Aye.
So I've
second one of that is Class, and then like all great fantasy authors, his wife left him, he got depression, and the third book sucks.
Like all good fantasy authors.
Man, all fantasy
All
authors, they all have depression at some point. They all have depression, and then around about the 2 or 3 year mark of their depression, Brandon Sanderson starts knocking on their door going, "Can I finish your book? Heard you've not finished your book. Can I finish your book? I'd love to finish your book. It's me, Brandon Sanderson. No, I'm not here to finish the book. I'm a Mormon. I just knock on doors anyway. But I noticed that you were an author as well. Can I finish your book?"
There's a bit in the Dark Tower Stephen King series, which you hear, where the characters break the fourth, like he breaks the fourth wall fully because the characters have to go to his dimension to get him over his writer's block. So that he can finish writing the story.
Yeah.
And it happens with his like actual near-death experience. But it ties in so well because he's such a good writer, Stephen King, that like it just seems to fucking work. It makes sense. And me telling it like that butchers it. But it's such
that would just annoy me.
Would it?
Oh, like if he's yeah, like that's that would do my fucking nutting. Like I hate when people break the fourth wall in general. But like in a book where he's just then describing himself, like to me that is lying in a bath and jerking off in your own mouth. Like it's just a level of self-indulgence.
I thought it was just a fucking unexpected twist to a really long adventure where you're just like, fucking wow, he went there and did that and it worked.
Nah, I hated those books so much. I also, what was the other book you recommended that I still to this day? Shantaram.
Oh yeah, you didn't like Shantaram.
Oh God, and it's look. I like a descriptive world. Fucking Robert Jordan was very, very descriptive in Wheel of Time. Like fucking paint me a word picture and I'll fucking imagine it out for you. That's nice. The motherfucker in Shantaram. Yeah, I don't need to know every shade of blue you saw in a rainbow. Just say it was a rainbow. Pick 3 of the colours.
But stuff like that, sure, right? But when somebody who's been on heroin before describes the heroin experience and describes the cold turkey experience that vividly and that well, that you kind of get a feeling of what it's like to go through them things that you'll never go through. Or like even just living in a shanty town in India, I'll never do that. But that guy described it so fucking intricately that like you kind of feel like you've had that experience in your life because you've read it.
But I didn't want any of those experiences. And also it was just him crying about a girl that didn't want to fuck him for most of the book.
That was annoying.
Aye. What does she smell like this time? Is it the same thing as last time? Oh, well, I bet you love her personality, you boring cunt.
Do you like the train? I haven't read Train Spotting, but I read Skag Boys.
Nah, I don't just man. Anyone that writes and this is hypocritical beyond compare.
He's about to shit on the flag here.
Anyone that writes that much in their own accent, I can't be fucking arsed.
That's why it was good on an audiobook, because it was just like Scottish dialect.
Aye, like man, I
but
like
reading Scottish dialect would be like trying to decipher a text.
I got it. Like, I've read Trainspotting, and I think it's great. I'd never read it again.
No.
It's just like, I don't, man. Why this is hard to read? This is just write it, and I'll do the accent in my head. Don't write it down in a weird way where I've got to sound out and go, is that what? All right, okay. Oh, H, as in the letter H. Got it.
Aye. Anyway, as people who have previously suggested that journalists should die, we've just done a lot of criticism of art.
Mm-hmm. But I am an artist. I'm allowed to. I actually create. Yeah. I create more than I criticize. Therefore, I am allowed to criticize. Journalists are not allowed to because they don't. Your article isn't art. That's not. You're just writing things. Like a news report is not art. It's a collation of information. There's nothing artistic fucking about it. That's what you do. You're not an artist. Whereas as an artist, I can shit on other people's art all the time.
As an artist,
aye. One of the we're not the lowest. We're 2 off lowest.
Magician.
Oh, we're 3 off lowest. I don't consider magic. Oh, and I guess it is.
The performing art.
Yeah, I guess it is. We're better than poetry. We're miles above poetry. Stand-up's miles above poetry. Mm-hmm. And obviously mime is the lowest.
Yeah. However,
Tom Walker is phenomenal at it.
Tom Walker's incorporating mime into his stand-up was very, very funny.
Yes, aye.
And also Sam Will's tape trace incorporating.
Oh, it can be done well, but it's, you can do the lowest form of something well.
Aye.
Like, they'll be very.
There's people that are really good at spinning the signs outside of the chicken shop.
There's dead nice porridge out there. Like you can have the best version of something shit.
Aye. If you could be an artist in any other field, what would your chosen art be? Am
I as talented at that thing?
Yes.
Or do I have to learn to be good at it?
No, you've got it in you. You've got it in you to get to the level you're at in comedy in whichever chosen art you choose. So you can go, right, I'm going to get into painting, and you'll become one of the country's top painters at some point.
Oh God. I mean, nothing, even if I was talented in it, nothing in music tempts me.
Oh, really?
No, God, I'd hate that.
Would, because I think we've had like a drunken discussion about this before. Like, what we love about stand-up is like the audience reaction and the laughter that you get from an audience is really fucking addictive, and it's a really good feeling, and it's like a nice response to get, right? But there's certain responses that we'll never get from doing stand-up. Yeah. And one of them's like putting a goal in a cup final, the way like you react when your team scores.
Aye, or you like score for your country.
Throw your limbs, and you're like, you're going nuts, and you're hugging the stranger next day, and you fucking like. We'll never get that reaction from a joke or something that we've said. Doing music, you'll never get like somebody connecting with the song that you're singing and singing along to it. Like, people aren't like singing along to your jokes to the point that you can stop telling the joke for a bit and the joke continues in the crowd. There's certain...
I fucking guarantee you.
The closest I've seen to that was Tom Stade's Meat Van Guy.
Man, I guarantee you, if I were to go and do a fucking jigsaw tour, I guarantee you I could find at least 20 people in each fucking audience who would be doing it word for word.
Aye, but that would be fucking weird and odd.
Yes, right?
It would. But with a song,
aye.
With a song, it's different. So, like, the thing that would make me intrigued to be is becoming an athlete in art. If you're in sport, probably not.
Nah.
Right, but like if I'm to take the art bit out of it and to become a performer, right? If I was to perform on a football pitch or perform in a band, I'd really be interested in what it's like to feel those things from the crowd.
I think I would pick poetry, so I could become one of the best poets in the world, and then I would shit on all other poets beneath me and destroy it as an art. I would do to poetry what Jake Paul is doing to boxing. I would go in specifically to just make a fucking mockery of something that is dying and already should be dead, and I'll be the best thing about it, and I'll just destroy it from the inside. Mm-hmm. and beat up all other poets. Like, I'm specifically just I'm going to get the Poet of the Year award, whatever that lame thing's called, and I'm just going to go there, and it's going to be you, me, and I'm going to take all the other Geordies, and we're just going to batter and wedgie all those fucking nerds constantly wherever we go.
Also, with poetry, what is the response to poetry? Like Pete Holmes did
You
a
get
bit
it
about...
tattooed on the small of your fucking back.
Aye, people...
Like some fucking loser has it like stitched into a dream catcher.
Has it like post-it note into the mirror,
Oh,
so it's that
yeah.
mantra when they get up in the morning.
Yeah, just
Because remember the Peter Holmes bit about magic, you don't know how to respond. It's like, magic!
I don't know what.
What about... going back to art rather than performance, probably fiction writer.
Oh, that'd be good.
If I could become a fiction writer, and because you know what, as well, anything you can do from home or holiday is a pretty good art, isn't it? If you can do your art from like wherever you are.
Mine would be script writing then. But understand that I could do that, but the amount of work required to get there seems beyond belief.
The amount of just like shit in the train that you've got to climb through.
Yeah, just not doing it. Just not interested. Like, man, I'm already at the top of this hill, and it might not be the highest hill, and it might not be the fucking best hill, but it's the one I climbed to the top of, and fuck going down any other hill.
And you know what? With the same breath as like Siebes with the script writing, if I got put to the bottom of this hill, I couldn't be asked to climb it again.
No, absolutely
I couldn't be asked. The foothills were fucking brutal. The foothills were fucking brutal. Unpaid deaths. When you're broke, fuck that.
Couldn't go back to the start. I'm trying to think what else I consider art, or what is art.
What about game designer?
Game, yeah.
But I bet you that's not as fun as it seems.
I would like to be classic.
I bet your game designers are real hard fucking, like, you decide what you want to happen on the screen and you're like, okay, that's going to be weeks of work to get that to happen, and we're going to need a team of people working around the clock to get it to happen, and it's all fucking data input.
What? I've got my answer. I'd love to become a really, really good cartoonist. Because I always want to be really good at drawing, but if I become really good at being a cartoonist, then I can go to Amazon being like, hey, fucking, you fucked up Wheel of Time, I'll do it as a cartoon, 20 episodes a season, then I can make all the things that I'm like, please don't turn that into a live action thing, I'll just draw it with me and my company and we'll make it class.
There you go.
I need to go check on my wife.
Are you good at art? Are you good at drawing?
No, horrific.
I'm treacherous.
Yeah.
I think mine's an aphantasia thing as well. Like somebody on the aphantasia blog was like, when you draw a dog, does it look like this? And it was like a picture of the way I would absolutely draw a dog.
I tried getting good at drawing when I was younger. I just didn't have the patience for it. Like, I wasn't instantly good at it, and that was enough to make me hate it wholeheartedly. And I remember all the time when I was like 13, 14, I'd be like, but if you practice that, if you just keep practicing, by the time you're 30, you'll be class. And I'm like, I'm never going to be 30. What are you talking about? What a stupid thing to suggest. And now.
I was alright at copying stuff. Like, I used to draw rappers. I used to buy Source magazine and then sketch rappers.
Like who?
Like P. Diddy. Drew a picture of Puffy.
Right, Aberdeen, we'll see you on Friday. And also we'll have a podcast on Thursday for the fucking Patreon kids.
Patrons, we'll see you Thursday. Thanks for listening.
All right.
Tell a friend.